Very pleased to introduce Salma Yaqoob, who's a Respect Counsellor in Birmingham.
Thank you very much. You know, this is a fantastic meeting, and what to start. I mean, someone like Karen, instead of being demoralised, which most of us here would have been, learning that we've been suspended, is coming out fighting on principle, and we have to give her 100% support. And when the strike happens, I think everybody should be out there in solidarity on those days, and I hope that we can see that happening. And it's particularly exciting to be here tonight, because almost 4 years to the day that we had a meeting here in Manchester called British Politics at the Crossroads. And at that meeting, we're talking about how can we build on the fantastic solidarity in the anti-war movement so that it extends onto other issues. We learned that yes, Muslims, socialists, Christians, atheists, people from different backgrounds can all unite on the injustice that was happening abroad at that time. And we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could have that same solidarity and commitment to humanity first and profits second or way down the line on domestic issues as well. Because we're aware, for example, of these frightening statistics, that we have the poorest pensioners in Europe, whilst being the 4th richest country in the world. Why is it that our students, young people, are now being saddled with debt at such a young age when even my generation had access to a free university education? Why are we going backwards in time instead of the great hope of progression in the 21st century? And that need was recognised then, and Respect was launched in 2004. And in a short time, we have achieved phenomenal results. In fact, unparalleled in the last 60 years in the British left here in this country. And we have an MP, we have councillors up and down the country. Today, I've come straight from our Birmingham City Council full chamber meeting, where we are the largest authority in Europe, and we have 2 sitting Respect councillors able to intervene in every debate that goes on in our city. And that has all been possible because we said yes. We do want to all work together. We do want to put our efforts and our weight behind a united, principled approach. And all those things we know that we can agree upon and fight together on. And this fight has not stopped. As I speak today, under New Labour, we have more inequality now than we did even under the Tories. The great hope that things were going to get better has not materialised. We have sad statistics like our children in Britain are amongst the most unhappy in the world. And these things are not accidental. Because you know, they tell us a seductive lie. They tell us our poor people aren't that poor compared to other people in the world. Yeah, they have washing machines and they have television, you know, so it's not so bad. And so what if there is a gap and the people at the very top have, you know, 10 times more, 20 times more than anybody else lower down? It's okay. Well, actually, some very important research has shown why it's not okay. It's not just about what you have, it is about the gap, the inequality in society, which actually has a detrimental effect on the whole of society. For example, the US, the United States, which is amongst the richest in the world, but the greatest in terms of inequalities, has got the worst deprivation records. And countries like Greece, which have only half the GDP of the richer nations, the studies show actually people there are less stressed. And they can only put it down to the fact that actually the gap in the inequality is smaller. So it comes down to the fact that if you're lower on the rung, and you know you are, and that's what society tells you are, it's not just about the poor diet, the bad housing, which are bad enough, it's actually the stress caused by it. In Harlem, people are dying at a younger age than in Bangladesh. And the research shows it's not just because of the guns and violence, which maybe some of us associate it with, it's because of the stress-related heart conditions. So there's a direct relationship between the inequalities and the impact it has on the psychological well-being of people. And these are the kind of things that are not even being discussed anymore. Because this whole neoliberal agenda, which is about take what you can and damn anybody else, that's what this is. When they tell us about privatisation, they wrap it up in terms like efficiency, when we know it's just about grab and run, and it's the people who are left affected on the ground. And our challenge is to challenge that spin, those lies. In the same way, when they went abroad to bomb innocent people, they didn't come and tell us, you know what guys, there's geopolitical interest here, there's oil in the Middle East, yes, there's millions of people who are going to get killed, but that's just a bit of collateral damage. We're going to go in there because there's profits to be made. They didn't tell us that. They dressed it up. They told us they went into Afghanistan to liberate the women. They told us they went into Iraq to bring democracy. And in the same way that they wrapped up that deceit, we are being fed the lies on privatisation and inequalities and the so-called opportunity right here at home. A child of a labourer in Britain today is 6 times more likely to end up in extreme poverty than a child of a lawyer. How can that be right in this day and age? So we are here to stand up for the disenfranchised, for the oppressed, for the poor, and we're not embarrassed about talking about it. It's almost become politically incorrect to talk about these issues. Oh, it's a politics of envy. That's left behind. No. These issues are right here in this country, and the solidarity that we have experienced around the anti-war movement, for me, I see has given so much hope for me as a Muslim, but I know the meaning of solidarity and how we can bring that to bear on all people who feel marginalised, the asylum seekers, those people who experience racism, those people who feel they're forgotten and left behind. And added up, actually, we're the majority in society. Those people who are opposing the rights of ordinary people, they are not the majority. It's just the power structures serve their interests and their need. So when people say, you can't make a difference, I don't believe it. We've shown that we can make a difference. And having that voice, don't underestimate. We're here on the stage, but it's people like yourselves. Whenever I come to these meetings, I go away energised because we think, yeah, we're not alone. There's people not just in Birmingham, not just in our patch. It's everywhere. We all do feel the same things in our heart, and we give strength to each other. And I want to see Manchester going stronger and stronger. It's a fantastic meeting, but I want to see more councillors. I hope when I come back next year that we'll see that happening. And why not? The climate is so dire. The vacuum is so great. And yes, politics of dissent are under pressure if people like yourself are being sacked just for speaking up. And we know that even protesting outside Westminster now is becoming an issue. That's why we need our voices to be stronger and louder than ever, to say we want to protect that which is precious, that which is good in Britain at the moment, but we want to make sure those rights are not rolled back anymore, and we are here to fight, to challenge, and we will do it together. Thank you.